I'm in my demo database, which is not going to look exactly the same as the way you guys have set up your account. But when you're looking at an individual customer, like I am here, you'll see there's a left side and a right side. And on the left side, you're going to see the same fields here, no matter which customer you're looking at. The only difference will be whether or not some of these are filled out and, what's in the field, so just to orient you about that. So if I go to here to contacts, view all contacts, and then pull up a list of customers. So you can create saved lists, which hopefully I think you guys have already done. But in this little drop down here, you should see some different options. I'm just going to choose one that happens to be here in this account. There's all my active brokers. So if I just now looking at this list, click view next to one of those customers, it's going to take me to that customer record. But then you notice over here in the upper left how it says 1 of 131. So what that means is that list of active brokers, of 131 active brokers that I started with, is still my working list in the system. So I can just sit here and hit next and go from Aaron to Abby and, kind of thumb my way all the way through the list, right? And you'll see how these fields, what you're seeing there, changes as I go from one customer to another. Right? And then on the right side, you have what we call tabs. And so here, this again, you'll have a different list of things, but a couple that I want to make sure and point out to you. Number one, there's activities. So that's where you're going to see any tasks that are currently scheduled for this contact. So if Angela had any future emails that have been scheduled to go out, or scheduled a call reminder to call Angela, you would see that's showing up there. So let me go to the next contact and we'll see if that will get some data to look at there. Oh, there we go. Here's Arnaud. You can see there's a lot of stuff scheduled for him. Then also on the right side, you'll want to look for the notes tab, because that's where you're going to see everything that already has happened with Arnaud. And so you can see here, I have a history of emails that he's been sent and calls that were made. You can see it says, we completed a call on April 25th, 2 years ago. You'll see emails you've sent through SalesNexus, and then you can also have emails, just regular emails. You can connect your Gmail or your Outlook account to SalesNexus so that those will show up in here as well. So that's just kind of where to find the basic stuff about a customer. Then, when you're kind of in sales mode and you're reaching out to customers, what you want to be able to do quickly is log that you made a call, right? So you have some different options here. Let me go back to one of the other customers we looked at a minute ago. And if I look at that activities tab, we don't have anything scheduled with Arnie. But let's imagine that for whatever reason, I've decided today that this account is a really important one for me, and I want to make sure that I reach out to them tomorrow. So I'm going to click the calendar, and that allows me to schedule a task with Arnie. And you can see here, I can choose whether I want it to be a call, a meeting, or to do. I'll make it a call, and then we'll say tomorrow, and we can set a specific time. Let's say, and here in this little regarding drop down, you have the things that you might want to do. You can edit this list as well. Yours will be a little bit different than what you see here. But I'm going to put a phone call. And then I hit save. And now you see that call is linked to Arnie on the activities tab here. And I'll show you how you can kind of get your call list for the day here in a minute. Let's say then tomorrow comes around and it's time to call Arnie. When I can click right here, see the little call link, and it will dial your phone. Depends on what phone system you have installed on your computer, but it can work with any computer-based phone system. So you click, it dials the phone for you. And then what you can do is clear this call. So you're telling the system, I made that call. So you click right here, the little check mark, and it pops up this little dialog where you can put in, some notes about whatever you talked about. Note here, maybe you just got their voicemail, so you just choose left message. If you talk to them, you would choose completed. And then finally, you can save it, which just clears that call and puts those notes in, and that's it. Save with follow-up does that and takes you to another page to schedule your follow-up call. So you had a conversation with them and you want to remind yourself to call them again in a couple of days. So we'll choose Thursday time. And this time, instead of a cold call, we're going to make it a follow-up call. So I save that. And so now when we look at the activities, that call for Wednesday for the 28th is gone now because it's cleared. Call for 29th is there, but also you see the notes that we having made that call today. So that's kind of how things work at a one contact at a time basis. Any questions about that? Anything that we need to dive into a little more deeply? Okay, so now once you've kind of gotten everything set up and you kind of got your call reminders scheduled like we just looked at, what you can do as a salesperson, the goal really is to be able to come in the morning, you're having your cup of coffee and it's time to make calls, right? So you go to the tasks, view task lists. And here, I'm going to go to Mary's task list. And here's the people I need to call today, all my call reminders, right? So I just click into John. And you see here, it says 1 of 10. So that list of people I'm supposed to call today are now my working list. So I can click, dial the phone, get John on the phone. While I'm talking to him, I kind of know the questions I need to ask because these fields aren't filled out, right? So when I'm on the phone with him, I can ask him what kind of medical facility it is and what specialty he is and so on and so forth. And then I just hit next and it takes me to the next person on my list. And I do the same thing again. And then maybe with this guy, I need to send him a follow-up email. So I click email template and I can choose any of my pre-designed email templates. So I'll just grab one of those and it gives you an opportunity to take a look at it and you can make some changes to the text of it if you wanted to, and then just hit send and out that email goes. And then we just go to the next person. So that's now you're getting into, sort of high productivity mode where you can make a lot of calls in a little bit of time once you've got the system all organized in this way.